have Coach Pat Hallmark and right-handed pitcher Sam Simmons here. First of all, UTSA is off to a 7-0 start, most recently sweeping DBU over the weekend. It is the best start in program history. If you have a question for either of these gentlemen, please use the raise hand function. But first, Coach, if you could start us off with your thoughts about this past week and the week ahead, which includes Texas State on Tuesday and a road trip to Houston for the Bruce Bolt College Classic over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, I thought the whole week was good. Started on Tuesday with UIC, who was a competitive group. So we had to play good for 36 innings, which I thought we did. I thought we played a complete 4 games. We didn't pitch awesome Saturday, but 3 out of 4 we pitched it well too. So very proud of the team and the players, and they deserve all the credit. So I'm just happy for them, and I'm proud of them.
Rylan?
Hey, Coach. So the last time, believe it or not, that you lost a regular season series was to DBU in 2025, and the last time you got swept outright was to DBU in 2023. Just looking at this series overall, one last time before we move on to Texas State and the Classic, what do you make of this moment, I guess, this weekend of beating a premier team like DBU the way you did?
It's a positive, clearly, right? Like that's probably an understatement. I didn't realize that they were the last team to sweep us. That was 3 years ago, so that's good too. It's not lost on Coach Aguayo and I. We've been here a long time, 7 years, so we've seen this thing grow to not very good when we got here to we're in a good place right now, but it's a lot of season left, so we got a lot of work to do. That's what's on my mind. I'm sure it's on Sam's mind and the rest of the team.
Obviously, a 7-0 start is the best you can do. You ranked number 23 by a perfect game, but you just missed out on D1 baseball rankings. What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't know that. You just enlightened me. I don't care. Honestly, I don't. To be real blunt, I don't care about the rankings. We want to be ranked at the end of the year. I do care about that one. But right now it doesn't matter. It's nice and it's good for our fans. I guess I do care because our fans mean a lot to us and they care. So I care for the fans. But for the team, we don't care. We need to get better. And today that looks like rest and recovery. Maybe Sam just said he's going to head to the field in a little bit and move his arm some, and some hitters might be out there. But mostly it's a rest and recover day. And that's where the improvement lies today.
Sam, I think it's fair to say that this team is in 7-0 without your performance on Friday. And then after the game, Hallmark said ideally you are the stopper, and the stopper role has been such a huge role with Ruger and Rob before. Just tell us about what you make of that title and your performance on Friday.
I'd say it's a blessing, to be put in that position. It means a lot to me. It's something I care about, but it's also, as a competitor, that's something I want. I want that ball. But also, watching Rob last year, I had a great teacher. I learned a lot from Rob. I understand that he was put in positions where I kind of watched and just I saw him go to work. So having a teacher like Rob and learning from him, even though he's younger than me, learning from a guy like that, it taught me a lot.
You got some pretty good performances out of your starters. Connor Kelly battled through adversity. Ryan Self had a nice one inning appearance, and then Kendall Dove on Sunday. How can you just give us your overall assessment of the rotation, including yourself?
I'd say, I think honestly it starts with them. I really do. I think that once they kind of go out there and set the tone, it's easy to follow up on. They go out there, get it started for us, and as my job and guys in the pen, it's our job to go out there and piggyback them and pick up right where they left off.
Coach, there's been a lot of rotation in the middle infield, moving around Bayin, Diaz, getting Eshelman in there somewhere. I kind of wanted to inquire about Eshelman. What's kind of the plan there, and what's your overall I guess just your plan with the middle infield as you continue to progress through the season?
We want to get Eshelman some at-bats, just being a young player, but we're balancing matchups a little bit too. some of the lefty-righty matchup. And I didn't want to take out Diaz. He was swinging it really good, so that's why he played all 3 games. Bain's swinging it fine. He had a big RBI yesterday. Jordan's pressing a little bit. He wants to hit more, which all hitters want to hit more. I just want Jordan to relax, and he's headed in the right direction. He keeps getting a little better, and his presence is a wonderful thing, the maturity, the calmness that he brings to us. On Sunday, going into the weekend, the plan was if they started a lefty, you would have seen some different lineups. But even if they didn't, as we did at South Dakota, I definitely was considering changing the lineup around just because it's still early in the season. But Sunday morning, I couldn't do it. To put up the amount of runs we were putting up against a really, really good pitching staff, I didn't want to mess with the lineup in the positions at all, which is why the infield stayed the same and Christian stayed in center. He's swinging good. I want to get Bishop out there a little bit. But, yeah, you just don't fix what's not broken was kind of the philosophy on Sunday. Just leave it alone.
Speaking of Christian, him and Arquette are top 2 in RBIs on the team, and I think Hayworth is the leader in hits as of right now. How important is it to you, or how crucial is it that those newcomers were able to come in and make such an early impact?
It's important. Yeah, it's part of the 7-0 start. There's guys on the bench that are good baseball players too, and I feel for those guys. You know, it's when you're 7-0, it looks like you're doing everything right, but they're on my mind. Garrett Gruhl and Sadler and Bishop and Eshelman, some other people too, the whole catching crew. Everybody's doing great. Our bench has a lot of energy, and people don't always realize it, but those same guys providing the energy, they want to play. So there's some angst to play a little bit within them, and they're so mature and so selfless to bring the energy they bring. We're grateful for all those guys.
All right, you had a obviously a very productive homestand. Now you hit the road for the first time this season, and you're not just going to any environment. You're going up to San Marcos, where it seems like every game there is always in the double digits. It jumps out to a crazy lead. Tell us about that matchup and how you guys are preparing for, like I said, your first road test of the season.
Yeah, just peeking at the last year's box score was 18-13, which is like a normal game there. So, we'll be ready. They'll be ready too. They're 5-2, so they're off to a good start. They got some new personnel, a lot of new people. We've already started looking at them. So they got a big kid named Solace in the middle of the lineup that's really hitting the ball. Then they got one of Sadler's old teammates hitting the ball a lot too. So, yeah, they can swing it. They'll probably throw a lot of people. I hope they throw a lot of people, because if they don't, it means we're not hitting them. But that's typically how it goes over there. Both teams generally use a lot of arms. So we'll have to see what the wind's doing. I think it's going to be blowing out. That's what when I looked at it yesterday, that's what it was doing. So a little more preparation to go, but we've started that process.
You mentioned yesterday that you were talking to the staff about kind of, working towards figuring out who your starter is going to be. Have you been able to pin that down yet, or are you still working through it?
We have worked through it. It's going to be Christian Okerholm. They're starting a righty named Hall.
Coach. And Sam, for you, last time y'all were out there, you made an appearance. What is it about playing in that stadium that makes it so difficult, or was it difficult for you? Just tell us kind of your experience pitching in San Marcos.
It's definitely a loud environment. Don't get me wrong, it's a high energy place, but we knew going into that's how it was. It was the same kind of environment whenever we were at the house at the Bird Bath. I think you got to enjoy those games. You can't really take those games for granted. You know that everything that's going to happen, there's going to be excitement, there's going to be high energy and a lot of emotion that goes into it, and it's just a matter of controlling yourself and going through the game as kind of one heartbeat, staying calm and just taking it one pitch at a time, because those games a lot of stuff's going to happen in that game. It's just a matter of how you control yourself.
And last question for me for Coach. Don't want to overlook the Texas State game, but the Classic is looming. And what have you noticed, just kind of like watching baseball throughout the first 2 weeks of the season, about the guys you're playing, Ohio State, Coastal, and Baylor? What's your kind of broad assessment of those teams?
They're all good. I think Ohio State I've already done some scouting on, and They've been going with a freshman on Friday night who's pitched well twice. And they like to run. They've already stole 20 bases in their first 6 games. And their coach is a guy last name of Hare, came from Campbell, and they steal over 100 bases a year at Campbell. So they're going to try to run. That's just who they are. They feel like they need to run. It's part of what they do. So we're a little bit aware of them. We're bearing down on Texas State mostly. And then Coastal played in the national championship game last year. I'm pretty sure they're going to be good. And Baylor's winning, not winning as much as Baylor would like, but they just played a really daunting schedule. They just got done at a really tough tournament, but they look tough as well.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Sam, as a student athlete, from a player's perspective, when you're looking at the schedule and you see 2.5 weeks on the road coming up, does your mentality change? What differs for you in terms of that versus playing at home?
I'd say going somewhere, you always want to not necessarily prove yourself, but you want to have that chip on your shoulder. You don't want to have that kind of intimidation of going into somewhere and kind of feeling like, oh, I don't necessarily feel as confident. You want to have that chip and understand that it's still the same game no matter where you are or what you're doing. You just got to play your game. And I think if we go anywhere, we play the game that we play, and I feel confident.
Coach, speaking to that a little, we had at UTSA an attendance record for a single game series with more than 3,000 fans in attendance. Could you speak to that and just what this fan base has meant so far this season?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, we're grateful that so many people did come out. We definitely could tell. I didn't know it was going to be a record till someone told me, but in each game you could feel the fans and the energy. Even their coach, Dan Hefner, DBU's coach, mentioned it at the plate meeting before the third game. He said, "Pat, y'all have had a pretty good crowd." And I said, "Yeah, it helps playing a good team, and it helps that we went to a super regional last year, and then of course now we're off to a decent start." So we're very grateful for it. I hope the city continues to support us and come out. I think they'll see a good product. We're proud of the product at this point, but we're going to continue to work toward maintaining that or hopefully making it a better product.
Sam, have you ever pitched in a major league ballpark before? And if so, how excited, or if not, how excited are you for this week?
I have not. I have never pitched in a major league ballpark. I've only pitched in minor, but this is everything. Growing up, going to these games, going to the Astros games, my whole life, like this is probably the biggest box you could check off as an Astros fan or just a kid from Houston. I mean, parents got seats right behind home plate. Like Dad went all in. So these 3 games are everything to me. I'm definitely gonna take it all in and not take a moment for granted. Last
one from me, Coach. Just I don't want to look past Texas State, but speaking on the Bruce Bolt College Classic, is there any interesting story about how that came to be and just the logistics of getting UTSA in that tournament for the first time?
Probably what you would expect. We got it. We finished last season with the super regional appearance, and one of the top 16 teams in the nation. And I opened my email inbox and had an email seeing if we had the weekend open and an invite to that tournament if we wanted it. And we didn't have the weekend open, but we moved some stuff to open it. And to Sam's point, I'm 52 and I'm from Houston, and he's 20 and from Houston. So I'm really excited to play in that ballpark, and I've played in it before, so I can only imagine how excited he is. It's a great thrill for our kids, and we are definitely looking forward to it, and hopefully we represent UTSA well.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for your time, and best of luck this week, gentlemen.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.